Okay. So. Well, a very good afternoon, and we have just arrived at, well, we're going to take a look at Pak Meng Beach, but we're actually at Pak Meng Pier, should I say, and this is where you would catch the ferry over to some of the islands. Now, which are the islands that you can access from here?
Kamuk.
Yeah.
Thammalakot.
Yep.
Kakadan.
Yep.
And then
Can't remember, huh? It's been that long since you last came. Komuk, Mook, Komuk,
Kok Hai.
Ko.
Kok Hai.
Yeah, okay, that one as well. Okay, let's go and have a quick look around. I don't know where the prices are, but we're going to see whether we can see any prices while we're here. We've actually come back down into Trang because, as you know, last week. Let's go. You're gonna. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go this way. We came down to Trang last week and visited the area. There's quite a few dogs around here, so we've got to keep an eye on Shadow again, because Shadow's with us down there. Look, there she is. And yeah, we came last week to Trang, but the weather wasn't great, and we actually tried to get to Pak Meng Beach last week, but the storm came and a couple of trees come down on the road and stopped us from getting here. So we've come down today to bring her mother back home, and we thought we'd call in today because the weather's a little bit better. Click this round. So there you can see Pak Meng Pier, and this is where you would come if you wanted to go out to some of the islands in the southern part of Thailand. This is where you need to catch the ferries. Quite busy down here actually. We're going to take a look at the beach in a minute as well. Just watch that dog now. Is there a place where you can get some details on the ticket prices? Over there. We need to go over there then. Okay. So, Nat's not been for a long time, over 20 years. So of course things have changed here a lot. As you can see there, it says the Andaman Sea Gateway. So this is really the gateway to the southern islands here in Thailand. Absolutely beautiful around here, this area. Of course, we're not too far away from Krabi. So you've got the similar limescale or limestone rocks that's very familiar in the Krabi area. Can you go and see whether there's any prices, Nat? I hadn't actually planned on doing this today. We were on the way back to Phuket, but the road that was taking us back to Phuket actually goes right near here, so I thought, well, we might as well come.
If you want the ticket, right, you have to talk with the man for ride the boat. Yeah. Yeah, but him work with the government thing, and then I can look for price.
Yeah.
If tourist can come to ask him, and then he call for the man for ride the boat. Oh, okay. And then you can talk the price with the boat, but him cannot
give the price.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so from what I gather from Nat there, it seems like you've got to, obviously depends on which boat you go on, going to whichever island you decide to go to, the prices are going to vary, so you have to discuss it with the actual captain of the boat or the people on the actual boat, which you can see over there. You can see the boats there, so you have to decide. Does it tell you which boats are going where now? Where does the Because there's no way knowing which boat's going to where.
No, we have to contact with the tourists.
Tourists? Oh, go.
Same hotel tour, and then have to go for Koh Hai, and then you can stop for 1 day trip Koh Hai and come back to here or stay in the Koh Hai.
What I mean is there's a load of boats down there, but how do you know which one's going to where?
The
office tell you.
Office.
Oh, okay, so nothing's ever straightforward here in Thailand, unfortunately. It's not well organised, shall we say, where you can just look on a board and see that number 1 boat's going to Koh Mu or whatever it may be. It's not that straightforward and simple. You've got to find, first of all, the office, and then you've got to talk to the office about the price and where you want to go, and then they'll tell you which boat you need to get on, which is pretty typical of Thailand over here. I've always said to Nat, the easiest things are the most difficult things to sort out here in Thailand, unfortunately. But we're not going on a boat trip today. We're actually on the way back to Phuket. But I just wanted to call in here and just show this area, because it is a really beautiful area, a very, very scenic and picturesque. The actual beach is a little bit further back along here, the Pak Meng beach itself. This is the obviously the ferry terminal, I guess you'd call it, or the ferry pier, whatever you want to call it. I don't really.
Want to go islands, huh?
Yeah, I think Shadow wants to go to the islands. Switch the cameras so we can see. But you can see how pretty it is here. There's no doubt it's a very pretty area, and an area that I want to sort of. Hi, RV. Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. As you can see, southern part of Thailand. We're exploring at the moment. Well, when I say exploring, we're only having a very small snippet, because we came down last week, as probably some of you already know, and the weather let us down, to be honest, on the second day. Well, on the afternoon of the first day, really, it was beautiful in Krabi, blue skies, and then by the time we got down to Trang, the weather has totally changed, and it was like day and night, basically. 1 minute it was beautiful blue skies, and the next minute it was pitch black, and I do mean pitch black, and a storm came across like I've never seen before. It was really bad. It brought 2 trees down about 100 yards, 200 yards in front of the car, which you will see on a video that I haven't yet put up, so you can see yourself just how bad the storm was. But we were almost here last week. We were literally 5 minutes from where we are now, and we just couldn't get here because the trees were blocking the road. So I decided, well, I hadn't planned on coming here today, but we've been round and had a look around Krabi town, and we did that this morning earlier on, and we were on our way back to Phuket, but the way the sat-nav was taking me back was literally passing here. So I thought, well, let's call in and have a quick look and see what it looks like, because we didn't get a chance. Nat's got to stick with her there, because the trouble with Thailand is there's loads of stray dogs everywhere you go. There's literally loads and loads. We tried to park up just over. The actual Pak Meng beach is just over there, and we tried to park up over there 10 minutes ago, but there was literally dogs everywhere. I mean, lots of them. So we decided to move further down, and then we came to this pier, ferry terminal, whatever you want to call it. But this is really the gateway to the islands in the southern part of Thailand, as I've mentioned, and there's many islands that you can go off and explore here. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful here, and an area that I definitely want to cover, but it's not going to be today, obviously. But we're just having a wander around to sort of, it's been a lot, even though this is Nat's home, this area is originally where Nat's from. She's lived in Phuket for, well, Bangkok and Phuket for over 20 years. So things change over that period of time. And now she's coming down here and it's all new to her. So she's sort of finding her feet as well. She doesn't know where. I'm asking her where to go, and she doesn't know because there's so much changed, unfortunately. Yeah, I like my hats, as somebody's mentioned. But you can see it's a beautiful area around here. Really nice. So this is where you're going to come if you want to go in the south or the southern part of Thailand down towards Trang, and you want to explore those islands, the smaller ones. Some of the islands are absolutely stunning. You're going to need to come here to get out to those islands. There is some accommodation not far from the pier where we are right now. We're going to call in on the way back because we need to find out whether they're dog friendly. So, because we want to come down, spend a little bit of time down here, because honestly a few hours is not enough to explore this area. It's way too big. I mean, this morning we've done a very brief tour of Trang, of the city. We hired a tuk-tuk, as you will see in a coming video. We got a driver that was 86 years old, not taking us around in a very unique tuk-tuk, because the tuk-tuks in Trang are quite unique and they are not found in many parts of Thailand because they date back to the 50s, believe it or not, and they originally imported them from Japan. So over the years a lot of the tuk-tuks have changed, but these tuk-tuks that we went on this morning were what we call the original tuk-tuks, and they call them the frog eye. Really different, pretty looking things. Very noisy, very uncomfortable, but it was a little bit of a fun, and we had a sort of a shortened down city tour this morning. It was only a very brief one because we hadn't planned. We're not staying overnight. We hadn't planned on doing anything today, but because the weather's reasonable, I said, well, I'll take my cameras just in case, and if we can do a little bit of filming, then so be it. So I've done that this morning in Trang because unfortunately last week the weather was just against us and we couldn't do a lot, because now in May, as people will know, we are in the rainy season, so you've got to expect rain. If you're coming over here any time after April, really, you've got to start and expect rain. It's not going to rain all the time, but you're going to have some rain, that's for sure, and you have to work around the rain, and unfortunately last week was just against us. Today it's sort of a mixed bag. It's blue sky one minute and then it's rain the next, and I'm sort of ducking and diving between the rain. So we managed to do a city tour this morning, and then on the way back we've took in Pak Meng beach, or the pier, and the beach is just over the back there. I'm going to try and stop, I think, if we can, avoid the dogs and that, and have a quick look at the beach, because again the actual beach further down is very nice. Where we are here it isn't so nice. The scenery is nice, but this is obviously the pier area, so not such a great place to come, but it's only really for catching the boats. Where's the office that you go to find out the prices, Nat? Do you know? Did the man say? No? I have to look over there, do we? Okay. Yeah. Don't really know when the boats go out, what times. They're normally in the morning, aren't they, Nat? Yeah. So.
Maybe on the trip in the morning.
Huh?
On the trip in the morning.
Yeah. You can see some boats in, but.
And then go for all day.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a wander round. There's some shops here, so coming down here, as I say, there is some accommodation not too far away, about 5 minutes driving from here, that look quite nice. I'm going to call in, and there's a mixture of different types of accommodation. We're going to see whether any of it's pet friendly, because of course we have to bring Shadow with us. And see if we can find somewhere we could actually stay down here for a couple of days, and then we've got a little bit more time to explore, because really an hour or two is not enough, because this is such a big area. Trang, the province of Trang around here is very large. It stretches quite a long way. There's quite a few national parks around here. Is there any signs to say where the office is? Down there, is it? Do you want to go and have we might as well have a wander. Or that one? Yeah, okay, Andaman Sea Tour. So there's no actual office then? You know, like an official office? Yeah. There's not a official ticket office, no? Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, you can see one there, Andaman Sea Tours. Is there anybody in there? Go and ask, and just be careful of any dogs around here. Suddenly spring out. You want to go and ask the lady? Yeah, I'll give me Shadow and I'll hold her while you go in. Huh? Come on, please. If you wanted to just go to the islands, to stay on the island, how much?
หมายถึง one day ใช่ไหมคะถ้าเป็นแบบ joy trip ก็750ค่ะ
If a join the trip
ใช่ค่ะเป็นเรือใหญ่
750 and then same the
Is that to go and come back?
120ที่นั่ง
What about if you just want it, say if you want like Koh Mook, I think has got accommodation on there. So how much to go to Koh Mook?
ใช่ไหมคะ1,200
If you go Gomuk, right, just take you to go
Yeah.
and stay in the Gomuk, right? 1,200 allow.
Just to go and then another 1,200 to come back. Okay, that's fine. So there you go. You've got some.
ถ้าสองคนที่ยังไง
ใช่ค่ะถ้า2คนก็คือ1,200 บาท
ต่อคน1,200หรือว่าคนละพัน
เหมาไปแล้วค่ะ
อ๋อ
1,200
if we go right for 2 people and then 1,200
For 2 people?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit clearer. I was going to say 1,200 for one person is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But that's for 2 people. So what's that? That's 650 in it. 600, sorry. 600 each. Okay, thank you very
แล้ว
much.
ถ้าเหมือนถ้าเกิดเราซื้อทัวร์ล่ะ
ถ้าเหมือน
ไปดำน้ำเขาเรียกอะไรนะ
You don't go to PP from here actually.
ก็คือถ้าเป็น
We're further down than
ค่ะ
that.
มันจะมีเป็น
Can you go to PP from here, Nat?
100 ถึง 120 ที่นั่ง อันนี้ก็คือ 750 บาทต่อ1คน
นี่คือไปได้เฉพาะ
อันนี้เป็นถ้ำมรกตค่ะ เกาะกระดานชายหาด เกาะกระดานดำน้ำแล้วก็เป็นดำน้ำเกาะเชือกค่ะ อันนี้ 750 ก็จะรวมอาหารเช้า อาหารกลางวัน ค่าประกันอุบัติเหตุ
You see, normally you would go to PP from Krabi or Phuket. Can you go to PP from here or not?
ไปเกาะพีพีได้ไหม
จากที่นี่ไปได้ไหมไปได้แต่มันราคาสูง
Yeah, can, but
Can.
too expensive.
Too expensive, yeah, because we're further down, you see. We're way further
I
down.
ask if I come for 1 day trip, right? Can join the boat
Yeah.
for the big boat.
Yeah.
For กี่คนนะ
ถ้าเป็นไปจาก
ไป
ที่
เรือ
นี่
ใหญ่
ใช่ไหม
ไม่ไปถ้ามรกตอะเรือใหญ่
120 ที่นั่ง
120
Can you take your mask off because the sound's a little bit muffled?
120,
Yeah.
right? For join the trip and then go for 4.
4 islands
Yeah.
for 120 baht.
Yeah.
Well, why is that?
No, 750 baht for
Right.
1 day trip.
Oh, okay.
But 120 people go in the boat.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and then you can go Morocco Islands, Gokadaan, and then for driving, snorkel.
Yeah.
Snorkel. And then-
Snorkel.
แล้วก็ไปไหนนะเกาะก
ไประ
ดา
เกาะ
น
เชือก
แล้วก็เกาะเชือก Islands.
Okay, so 4 different islands,
Yeah.
750 baht each. Okay, for 1 day.
For 1 day.
Okay,
And
there
then
you
I
go.
have for food, lunch time.
That including
อาหาร
food.
เที่ยง
อาหารเช้า อาหารกลางวัน ชากาแฟ ค่าประกันอุบัติเหตุค่าอุ
Have
ทยาน
for breakfast, lunch time, and insurance. For
Okay, okay, that's not too bad. Including drinks as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Coffee,
reasonable.
tea.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, obviously soft drinks and that.
Okay.
Yeah, water. Okay, lovely.
Okay,
Cup and cap, thank you very much.
นะแล้วพี่ก็ถ่ายลงไปใน
ค่ะ ขอบ
YouTube
คุณแล้วนะคะ
Cup and cap, thank you. Well, I hope that's been of some help. Is it? Yeah, well, I have. I've just been filming that so that you can see where it is. The Andaman Sea Tours, I think it is called, or something like that. I hope that's some help. It's quite difficult because. Hang on, that's just distracting me again. Yeah, 1 day, 3 islands. Yeah, but there's no price on it again, so I would say it's going to be roughly around the same sort of price. Okay, now let me just spin the cap. So they've got some prices on here. So 1,200 baht, where's that to?
เกาะไห
Cap.
เกาะไห
Right, and then the 2,500, 3,000, well, it's all prices are
โบสติ้งแฮปทูโกเนี่ยมีขายเกาะลอกเกาะกระดาน
Aye,
เกาะมุก
okay,
เชือกถ้ามรกต
okay.
depend on the price because this is for before
Yeah, that's what I say. It's difficult when we're trying to find it out ourselves as well because we haven't been here before. Long time since Nat was last here, so things obviously change, but it's going to give you a little bit of a guide if you want to come down. PP, your best bet if you want to go to PP, either from Phuket or Krabi. That's where you normally Onang in Krabi. What I'm talking about when I talk about Krabi, I'm not talking about Krabi town, I'm talking about Onang, which is the tourist area of Krabi by the beach area. You would go to Rayleigh Beach. Is it Rayleigh Beach? Rayleigh Beach. And then obviously PP and all the different places from there. We're a lot further down south than that. We're now down in Trang, on the outskirts of Trang. We're actually about 42 kilometres down from Trang, so even further down than Trang. And this is really for the southern islands in that area, which is further down than PP. You can go to PP, but it's a long way from here, so it's going to cost you a lot of money. But this is more for the islands that Nat's already mentioned, and you're going to be varying in price depending on where you go. But that was just one example, 750 baht, which I didn't think that was too bad for a day trip, taking in 4 islands with breakfast and lunch. Just keep an eye. I didn't think that was too bad, and obviously drinks as well, water, soft drinks, coffee and tea, that sort of thing. I didn't think that was too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. They're not the cheapest doing the island trips. It's something that I'm going to start to do towards the end of this year, because the problem that we have now is this time of year a lot of the trips start to stop because they're very hingent on the weather, of course, and the weather can change very quickly here in Thailand, and I do mean quick. It can be blue skies 1 minute and then 10 minutes later it can be a terrible storm, as we saw last week. Yeah, I can see he's lying down there. Yeah, he's waiting for shadow. So hopefully he's not going to bother her. But that's really when you sort of get past April. Not good. All right. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna have to stop this.
Shadow, not too much.
Wait. Please.